What is up, guys? Back with another bike check video today with my Giant Rein E+1, the new Rein recently released here at the farm. As you can see, some avocado trees, beautiful day. Got my rig here, chucked it up on the moto stands, got it leaning. Got the sort of black and silver frame here. Running Giant TRA wheels front and rear. She's not clean. I've had the red dirt from comboing. I've been out on the farm trail last few days getting some skills in. A sago up front, just chucked the high roller on the rear. As you can see, the dirt here when it gets wet, super sticky, so that's been good fun. I've got Fox 38 on the front, Performance Elite, running Saint brakes front and rear. Also got these built by my mate. They are called the Puck Stops, 10mm. Yeah, I'll try and link that in the description. He's just sort of started making them, Grommen Cops, so yeah, pretty cool. Nice and tall, so it gets your whole hand. Got Bergtech 31.8 bars with a Bergtech 50mm stem. Just got 10mm under there. What else have we got here? 200mm Shimano discs, front and rear. I've got the Saint pedals on there. Praxis cranks. 165, I believe. Shimano XT derailleur, electric. Recently they brought that out, so it's been pretty sweet having electric shifting, nice and fast. It's a mullet, 27, 29. Yeah, definitely a big improvement for Giant, this bike, compared to the last e-bike. Touchscreen here. Just turning it on here. 100% battery, ready for a shred. Shows you cadence. There's also a few different modes. So different modes. Eco, you can run it off to if you want for the descents. Eco, Tour, Active, Sport, and Power mode. Power, yeah, has a lot more power than the old bike. Super punchy. I actually quite like running. So when you turn it off, it says goodbye, see you. When you turn it back on, there's a mode that it sort of starts with, and it's like, I call it the blue mode. And it's not boost. Well, it's almost just as much power as full turbo, but I think it more relies on how much power you put in and sort of how much cadence you hold. So, and probably doesn't use quite as much power as sort of full boost. So I sort of usually run that mode in the middle. So that's, yeah, my go-to there. So the bike has a 560 watt-hour battery. You can also get a range extender. I've got one coming. Battery doesn't last ages. It's probably, if you're running it sort of on that blue mode I was talking about, or mid-range boost, 3 out of 5, you probably get, depending on your weight, I usually get about an hour, 15 minutes. So I'd say between an hour 15, hour 40, 45, maybe if you're light. And then if you're running, I guess, eco, you'll be getting, I guess, upwards of 2 hours plus. But then if you're on boost, probably, full boost, I'd say you'd probably only get an hour with the battery. So definitely worth getting the range extender. And then, yeah, so the range extender gets you another 280 watt hour extension there. So that brings you up to 840 watt hour from 560. So looking forward to getting that for sure. So that should make the ride time a bit longer and the shred time a bit longer. So the motor is Sync Drive Pro 3. It has 90 Newton meters of torque and peak power of 800 watts. So yeah, definitely a big step up this new model for Giant as far as power goes. So you have a lot more torque, which is nice. I actually, as a reference, was riding with Ryan in the off season, and I could actually keep up, or if not, sort of almost ride away from him in full boost. So it was nice to have, you know, as much power, if not more, as his Yeti as well. So what else can I add here? I've got Kashima coated seat dropper. Don't quote me on the length. I'm pretty sure it's probably a 170 maybe. Electric dropper. It's pretty nice. Remember to charge your batteries. I've almost forgotten a few times. Giant seat, Romero. What do we got here? Fox Kashima, Float X2, rear shock. I think I'm running like one volume spacer in it. XT, drivetrain rear. Not exactly sure the teeth. 50. What is it? 50 to CSM 8100. So that you can probably check. Teeth range there. But no, one of my favorite bikes nowadays. It's pretty sweet being a downhill racer, and you know, wanting to, when you can't get shuttles, you know, just jumping on this and smashing out some sort of gravity runs, making the climbs a bit easier for yourself, whilst also, you know, getting good cardio in if you want, and then just getting more descents out of your ride instead of, you know, less. So it's pretty ideal for that type of thing, just to really up your time in the gravity. Fox Neo Transfer dropper, it's called, the new electric setup. I'm also running it in the high flip chip position. Pretty much run all my Giant bikes in the high flip chip. And also just comparing the volts to the previous model. The old Rainy was 36 volt and the new platform is now 48 volt, which helps maintain power under load while reducing heat and battery stress. So it's definitely a lot more optimal for getting your laps in. You've also got quite a nifty frame protector here, which comes right up. Sort of something that Giant does and not a lot of other brands. So no need to 3M here. You know, you got a nice protective case. The downhill bike sort of also comes with that type of thing, so that's pretty nice touch from Giant. One thing I actually forgot to touch on is the amount of travel. So it's a 170, 180, so quite a big, big travel e-bike, you could say. So definitely has a lot of capabilities in riding some pretty gnarly stuff. And weight as well, it is 22.3 kilograms, and mine's a size medium here as well. I think actually for this bike with this sort of amount of travel, even in this generation, usually that would sit closer to 24 to 26 kilos. So I think with the new 48 volt system and the 560 watt hour battery, they were able to trim some weight there. So I think in the realm of things, it's on the lighter side for a bike with this amount of travel. Yeah, there's really no limit to how hard you can push this thing. It's almost like a downhill bike as far as travel, so it's pretty cool. That is the rig, ladies and gentlemen. Dialed.